Good morning, YouTube. I hope everyone watching this is having a marvelous Thursday. In this episode, I would like to talk to you about Fenna Glass-Moon, my dwarf. But before I can do that, I need to tell you about my LARP. I play at Vanguard, which is a steampunk fantasy fusion LARP. Backtrack. A LARP is a live-action role-playing game. It's basically a mix between Dungeons and Dragons, and improv acting. Basically. But as a steampunk fusion, a steampunk fantasy fusion, or as I prefer to call it, arcane punk, it is a little bit different than the traditional medieval fantasy world. We have lots of technology. We have airships, we have cameras, we have all sorts of stuff, but they're all run with magic rather than steam, like a traditional steampunk game. We have many of the traditional fantasy races with a twist. Like, we do have elves, and we do have dwarves, and we have gnomes, and we have humans. But they're not like what you typically find in fantasy MMORPGs or fantasy books. Some of the other cool things about Vanguard, we have, you guys, there's so, I can't, focus on just one thing long enough to tell you about it, because Vanguard has so much cool stuff. For instance, we have boomers, which, if you've ever heard of the term boomstick, you probably know what a boomer is. They're basically Nerf guns that are in-game as guns called boomers. And they hurt. They're very effective. As long as you don't get cut down by a two-handed sword. And then, of course, we have magic users just toss elemental energy at you. And then we have tons of crafters. We have a very streamlined crafting system that even I can understand, and I'm really bad at crafting systems. Like, most of my tabletop RPGs, I'm like, oh, crafting? Somebody else can do that. I have no idea what's going on. But I understand Vanguards, which is super cool. We have a really awesome rule set that, you know how a lot of video games will only give you 3 abilities at the beginning, as you level up, you gain access to more options. Vanguard does that too, so a starting player doesn't get overwhelmed by all the cajillions of things you could potentially learn. They have 15 options, and that's it. That's it, and it's really cool. So it's really, really friendly for newbies. It's really fun for experienced players because it's different. The setting is super cool. We have tons of really nifty races, yes, we have the cat girls, except they're not cat girls. They are called Kendar, and they patrol the labyrinth to keep the, I don't know, anyway, crazy, corrupted things in check. They're not, oh, we have a cat girl. They're vicious killers of doom and doomness, and you better be on their good side. Like this whole world is just, oh, you guys, I can talk about Vanguard all day. But I'm trying to talk about Vanguard as it pertains to Fenna, so focus. Sorry, inside joke with school. So Fenna is a dwarf. In Vanguard, the dwarves are part of the Illandarian kingdom. They are second-class citizens is a nice way of putting it. They do a lot of the heavy labor, and they do a lot of the crafting. Costume-wise, males have beards, females do not. They wear homespun clothing. They almost always have some sort of plaid on their skirt, and they always have jewelry in their hair. They love gems. Hence why I made this shirt that you might have seen in my blooper video last week. I made this skirt, which you might have seen on Facebook, possibly also last week. I have no sense of time right now. And why my hair is in braids. And I don't know if you can see them, but I put sequins on bobby pins, and they're all in my braids, because, yeah, gems in my hair, wow! And so, I have to be straight with you guys. It took me a half hour to do my hair like this, and this middle one, like, isn't even a real braid, it's a bunch of ponytails looped together. Because my mom and I never did braids when I was a kid. Like, everything was pigtails or ponytails, because that's what we had time for. So I learned this off of YouTube, and I'll actually put the channel I learned it from down below, and I'll put a link right, like, hot box. Psh, there's, hopefully I can figure out how to do that. We'll find out. But anyway, Fenna, dwarves, costuming. Fenna is also a dog of war, because, so, in Vanguard, a lot of the races have sub-races, that give you extra mechanical benefits, along with a lot of really cool roleplays. In Fenna's case, as a dog of war, they're not quite berserkers in the traditional lose your brain sense, but they're berserkers in that their rage, like, protects them. So I don't have to wear as much armor as Fenna as I do as almost every other race, including other dwarves. For instance, one of the mechanical benefits I gain as a dog of war, I can wear leather armor instead of a full, like, 14 gauge or 12 gauge, I think it's 12 gauge, anyway, it's a real steel breastplate, that defends against boomers, because boomers pierce most armor, because they're bullets. But because Fenna is a dog of war, all I have to do is wear leather armor, and I get the same mechanical benefit. But the roleplay reason of, I'm so angry at being a second-class citizen my whole life that you can't touch me while I'm fighting you. Thanks. And she gets some other stuff, and she gets some cool stuff from being a dwarf, because, side note, one of the really cool things about Vanguard that I love, like, there's a lot of cool things in Vanguard, but I love that every mechanic in the game has story backing it up. Like, the different races and sub-races and abilities aren't just numbers on a page. They're story. Fenna can use leather armor as if it was steel plate because she is a dog of war and angry, and her anger protects her. I guess it's just super cool. It's a super cool system. And it's really cool how they put it together, made it, like, part of the world. It's not just setting rules and that. No, it's like setting rules. Like, you cannot have one without the other. Sorry, like I told you, I can talk about Vanguard all day. But dogs of war, see, focus. Dogs of war also require blue makeup, which gives them additional mechanical abilities. But it's part of their rage armor, is like it's makeup that just reminds them, like, hey, I'm so mad you can't touch me. So because of that, the rest of her outfit and armor is going to be heavily influenced by the woad of Keira Knightley's King Arthur. That's the word. I really like Keira Knightley's armor, which is basically just leather strapping, but I don't feel like squishing myself. So some of the men have some more vest kind of things, so I'm gonna do a thing like that, hopefully. But yeah, other than that, like, Fenna's costume is pretty much done. I might remake the skirt. It got a little smaller. Actually, hang on. Like, it sits at my waist, but I don't wear anything at my waist, so I don't know if I'll be able to handle this, and also, like, booth waist like that. So I might make a new skirt. I don't know. I might just cut this entire part out of the video. Who knows? But yeah, Fenna. So I'm really excited to bring Fenna in. for the January event because my main character is off role playing elsewhere. I wanted to bring in, because story reasons, there's a reason that I can anyway, because reasons. But one of the really fun things that I'm super excited about, like, Fenna's a really cool character that I'm excited to play anyway, but you guys, I have a Keyblade that is LARP safe. Like, so those of you who haven't known me, wow, I am obsessed with Kingdom Hearts. Like, that is my fandom. And I have a Keyblade, and now I have a LARP character that can use the Keyblade, and I'm like so enamored with this. Oh, I'm so excited. And it should pass safety check, but in case it doesn't, I have a sword and a shield that I made for a previous character that never got used. So that'll be my backup because I know that'll pass. But I'm gonna be a dwarf with a Keyblade. One of the other fun things is dwarves in Vanguard are really curious about other cultures. For those of you who played Dragon Age or know anything of Mythos, the dwarves that went to the surface, like, everyone who stayed was like, what are you doing? But the ones on the surface were like, so much cool stuff. Fenna's a surface dwarf. She's like, sorry, not just Fenna. All of the dwarves are that excited about other cultures, and so she's gonna be like this mildly awkward fighter because Dog of War, Keyblade, death. Segue into, wow, that is so, sorry, I mean, that's a really, really cool breastplate. Wow. I wonder how it works. It's gonna be so much fun to play here, and I'm so stoked. But if you'd like to meet Fenna in person, or check out Vanguard to see what it's about, our next event is this month, January. It is the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. It's the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll put the link on the screen. Or maybe, I don't know yet. Or if I can, it might be in the description. Speaking of the description, I will also have links to Vanguard's website, Vanguard's core rulebook, and our Facebook group, as well as the Facebook event for this upcoming gather. So if you're interested in coming, you can tell us, and if you're going, we'd like to know so that we can make sure we have enough beds. We have a really nice site, like, top-notch. We're in cabins with electricity, and some of them have air conditioning, and some of them have heaters, and not only do we have running water and toilets, oh no, we have hot water in our showers. Like, what? And we have legit kitchens, and actually this month our taverns are being run, like, full-time by some of our players. So that'll be super cool, and they've already released the menu, and it looks delicious. But anyway, I'm really excited to go. I hope you show up. But either way, thank you for joining me for this video. I'm really excited that you guys got to meet Fenna, and have a wonderful time, and I'll see you next Thursday. Bye!